And welcome back YouTube, this is Boosterbox Buster here with another video. Today I'm here to share with you my Yu-Gi-Oh! Series 9 2-inch tall minifigure collection. Made by the company Mattel between the years 2002 and 2006. The Series 9 set comes with 9 individually packaged miniatures and one 3-pack that contains an exclusive monster that cannot be found anywhere but the 3-pack until they re-released it in Series 15 as a standalone figure. One thing to note, before I get started, I will say this, I am missing one miniature from this set, so it's not going to be a 100% complete collection video, but I'm tired of waiting for it to pop up for sale, so I decided to make this video now. There is one thing I do want to note about Series 9 before we get started. Series 9 is unique because most of the monsters in this set have actually had miniatures made of them before. They're just different variants in this set. So they're not the same miniature. They are the same monster, but they are a different pose. They are in more action style poses, and honestly I think they look really, really cool for the most part in Series 9. I think they did a fantastic job with Series 9 for the most part. But because of that, there's only 2 monsters that we have not gotten before. The rest of the 8 are just variants from previous monsters. So and when you think about it, it's like, well, we could have got some different monsters, like maybe a man-eater bug that never got a release, or Thousand Eyes Restrict that never got a release, or maybe a Toon Mermaid, you know, just monsters that maybe Manga Ryu ran, you know, monsters that could have easily gotten a release instead of doubling up on some previous monsters. But with that said, enough talk about the series. I want to get into the miniature showcase. So first up, from Series 9, we have the Summoned Skull, one of Yugi's mainstays, and I gotta say, this is a fantastic miniature. I love the skull lightning coming off the back there. It almost looks like it has wings made out of lightning, and that is a really, really cool effect. You see the red representing the muscle, the translucency of the white bones. You got lightning on the feet. This is a really cool looking miniature. I really love it. And I gotta say, for when you compare it to the Summoned Skull from Series 1, I think it just looks better. It looks sleeker, it looks meaner, it looks like it's ready to shock the opponent. It just looks like a beast, and I love it. That is Summoned Skull. Series 9 variant. Sorry if there's a glare, I'm trying to get better lighting, but I gotta work with what I have right now. Up next, another miniature that we've seen before, or a monster we've seen before, but done in a really cool way. We have Kuribo with the Multiply card added to it. From the very famous scene in the show where Yugi activated Multiply to create like 1,000 different Kuribo and instantly destroy his, or could have easily beaten his opponent. You got 3 different translucent Kuribos. You got the like fire effect to kind of keep them easily kept together. You got a little base on the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, if you have one loose, it is pretty wobbly, so you do have to be careful Any too many vibrations or movement of whatever cabinet you display him in he will easily knock over. I do like the translucency. I love the idea that they actually went to the show and are like, oh, he used multiply, so we'll just create three different, we'll put three Kuribos on this figure, and I think it's a really good option. That is Kuribo. Alright. Up next is another classic Yugi card. We have Exodia, and he is ready to obliterate. Now the translucency on Exodia, I'm not going to lie, looks really, really cool. And the energy blast looks kind of meek, from Exodia you expect something bigger, because it's literally winning you the game, so you'd expect like a much bigger blast coming from Exodia, something like half the body size of Exodia, but I understand, they only had so much room to work with. You got the chains on Exodia, symbolizing that he is breaking free of his imprisonment. You got the Exodia kilt, all the symbols, and I really like the head. The head looks like Exodia. I think this is a much better Exodia than the Exodia from Series 1. Like I said, my only issue is I wish the blast was much larger, but, it is what it is. I don't know how this guy is loose. I don't know if he falls over easily or not. It doesn't look like it would be the most sturdy loose figure, but I've been wrong before. That is Exodia, obliterating the competition. Now this next one is probably the most common and easiest to obtain miniature from Series 9. And it is a new monster, a monster that has not received a miniature before this, at least in this line. And that is a Battle Warrior. Apologies, I do not remember who used this in the show. But I do like the blue translucency. It's very reminiscent of Tron. It looks like Tron just punching someone in the face. That's kind of cool. You got the pink visor he's wearing. The blue fist of fury that's ready to punch someone. And actually has a pretty decent base. So it'll stand up pretty well. That is Battle Warrior. So that's the first four. Now we move on to the next ones. Alright, so this next one is one of the coolest miniatures, in my opinion, in the entire set. It just looks amazing. And I'm talking about one of Joey's mainstay cards, the Flame Swordsman. And this when I imagine the Flame Swordsman, this is what I imagine. Double fisting that sword, swinging it down on the opposition, with flames trailing off of it. Fantastic miniature. It looks like he's in a stepping position to kind of put the weight on his front leg that's just up in the air, ready to bring down the house. I love the translucency of the sword, of his the orange on his outfit. It looks really, really well done. I like that quite a bit. And his face, if you can see his face, it's not bad. It's not great, but for a miniature this small, it's definitely not bad. This is what a redo of a miniature should be. The first Flame Swordsman looks like he was in defense position from that card, what is it? Like, no defense or stop attack or something like that. But this one looks like he's in attack position, ready to slice whatever monster is standing in his way. I absolutely love this miniature. Definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of this set. That is the Flame Swordsman. Alright, so up next we have a very confusing one. I don't understand why they remade this miniature, but they did for whatever reason. And that is Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, number 2, Breathing Fire Pose. I'm not gonna lie, I really like this version compared to the original one. It looks really cool, but why this monster? Why this miniature? It didn't have a big presence in the show, so I don't understand why they would remake it. With the exception of the breathing fire, it's a very similar pose to the other one, so maybe they didn't feel like remaking a whole sculpture from scratch and just kind of added the breathing fire effect to make a new miniature. Now, my particular one is yellowed. You could tell the plastic is yellowed, but that's fine. I do like how he's breathing fire there. Looks like he's puking out orange gunk. And this one is known to break from the base because of the way that it's attached. It's attached with a little stick to kind of give it a flying pose. So if you get this one loose, be careful. It is known to break from its base. Just heads up out there. Still don't quite understand why they chose the Winged Dragon. Why they need 2 different versions of the Winged Dragon, but hey, I wasn't the person making those decisions. So next is probably one that's even more confusing as to why they chose. Because it had, I kid you not, like 5 seconds of screen time in the show for what they did with it. I don't understand why they made a second basic insect, and this model looks nothing like the original one, so they completely rebuilt, or they completely built this from ground up to make a new basic insect miniature. I gotta say, I really do like the miniature. The translucency makes it really look like a bug, you know, scurrying around on the floor. I love the red bug eyes, the claws that it has for its legs. Even the tentacle feelers at the top there look really well done. And this, I kid you not, Weevil uses, I believe, when he fought Rex Raptor. And he took out, I think, the 2-headed King Rex with the laser cannon attachment to the basic insect. So laser cannon in the show either gives a huge attack boost or is like a one-hit KO for any monster that you're fighting. Now I gotta say, the laser cannon actually looks pretty cool. I love how it's like attached around the shoulders. It has to be in a downward position in order to fire it. It does look pretty cool. Now, one thing to note about the laser cannon, basic insect, is if you get it loose, The laser cannon part itself, the yellow part with the white claws around, or the gray claws around it, is often broken off. So if you're buying it loose, make sure you have this yellow firing attack from the cannon going off. Because if it's missing that, the seller might not know it, but it's a broken, incomplete item, and you might be able to get it at a cheaper price. But I gotta say, this is a fantastic miniature. I do really love it. It's just really confusing as to why they would choose Basic Insect over a different monster that could have easily deserved a spot higher on this list. So that is all. Wait, no, one more. I almost forgot about this one. How could I? This is like the most desirable miniature from the entire set. So the last miniature I have to share with you is the other unique monster that has not had a release in this line up to this point. And it is Harpy Lady. And I gotta say, this is a really, really cool miniature. It looks like Harpy Lady is equipped with some sort of armor. I love the translucent wings and her claw-like arms and feet, how they're a yellow translucent. That's really cool. And then, of course, it looks like she has some sort of electro whip equipment to go with her armor equipment. So she has like 2 equip cards equipped to her. That's kind of cool. The red hair is a real big standout. The blue body of her face. This is just a really cool and desirable miniature because it's used by Mai Valentine, and harpies by themselves are a really they have a cult following that, you know, it's a large archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh that people still use to this day, so it's kind of cool. That is Harpy's Lady from set 9. Now, before I share the 3-pack, I do want to say the one miniature that I'm missing that's individually packaged is the Blue Eyes White Dragon firing an energy blast from its mouth. The miniature itself, just imagine a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but translucent, like clear, see-through, with like it's almost like a clear, like a I don't want to. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like a white, clear color. Kind of similar to Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress. But imagine it being blue eyes and firing an energy shot instead of breathing fire. That is what the miniature I'm missing is. There's one available on eBay as of the time of this recording, but it's really, really expensive, and I do not want to spend that much on one miniature. Alright, so with those being said, it's time to reveal the 3-pack of the set with one exclusive miniature. So the 3-pack contains Kuribo, Exodia, which you did see in the individuals, and the exclusive Dark Magician. Now I gotta say, I really like this Dark Magician, the translucent purple. I always love a purple translucent color, so that really looks nice for me. You can see the face on him looking pretty good. I wish the staff was a different color, not this the same color as this robe. I wish it was like a darker, almost like opaque, just so it's a different standout from the miniature. Got the symbols on there. Just a really, really well done Dark Magician. As I said earlier, though, this one was eventually re-released in set 15 as a standalone one, where you could get it in an individual pack instead of a 3-pack. So, just for thought there. Now comes the part of the video where I describe my favorite miniature and which ones I think are going to be the hardest to get in the future. So, personally, my favorite miniatures from this set are right here. I really love this Flame Swordsman. I think it does Flame Swordsman justice. I mean, it is one of the best models of Flame Swordsman that I've ever seen out of any Yu-Gi-Oh media, and that's saying a lot. And then I do like the Harpy Lady too, just the whip and the claws and the armor that she's wearing. Just a really cool miniature. So those are my two favorites. The ones that I think are going to be not now rare and most desirable are actually going to be two different ones here. So as far as rarity goes, these two and the Blue Eyes are by far the rarest, in my opinion, in this entire set. If I had to choose one, I think the Blue Eyes is probably the rarest one. But the most desirable, I think, by far is going to be Harpy Lady. One, it's a female character. People who play Yu-Gi-Oh love female characters. Second, it's, I think, the only second or third female character in the entire miniature line. The others being Mai Valentine and Set 10, Dark Magician Girl. And on top of that, it's a staple archetype, the Harpy Lady's archetype, and there's not a lot of Harpy Lady merchandise out there. So people are probably going to be more drawn to this over the Blue Eyes, just because Blue Eyes has so much merchandise out there that you could literally, like, shop for days for Blue Eyes figures and merchandise and be like, oh, I still haven't found everything. But Harpy Lady, it's a lot harder to find, so that's why I think this is going to be by far the most expensive one, but the Blue Eyes I think is the rarest. So rare doesn't always mean most expensive. With that being said, that's my video for Yu-Gi-Oh! Series 9. 2-inch tall minifigures made by Mattel. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And if you want to leave a comment, please let me know what your favorite miniature is in the comments down below. I would love to know. Until next time, this has been Booster Buster, and I'm signing out. Peace.